content ideas for Caribbean business owners. My name is Devon Adana. I am the CEO of Hello Tobago, and on this channel, HT Biz Island, we talk about Instagram marketing for Caribbean businesses. Today is not a day that you want to miss because we will be talking about industry specific content ideas for Caribbean business owners. Now, you know what's happening. It is Vlogmas, okay? Vlogmas is where for the first 25 days of December, every night I'll be going live to answer Instagram marketing questions from and for Caribbean business owners. So every night I'll be here at 7 p.m. whether you like it or not. So make sure you're inside if you have a question about. Yes, okay, all right. So yeah, so I'm here on Instagram. Here, Celia TT, how you doing? Welcome, come on in, right? So yes, so I thought it would be the most helpful thing to identify some of the industries that you guys are working in and give you all content ideas to help you get a sense of exactly how you should be doing this Instagram thing, right? How you should be doing this content creation thing for the grams, right? If you are here and coming in now, make sure that you share this live with at least 10 other people. Whole day, you just be sharing memes, you just be sharing all sorts of things with your friends in the DMs, all right? Share me in the DMs too. Let them know we have a little Instagram marketing party happening in here, especially your business owner friends. And I know all you have business owner friends struggling in the pandemic, right? For this right now. They want this information. They want to know how is it that we could make things happen for your business with Instagram. Here's Zach Gems. How you doing, Zach Gems? You know how this goes. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you help and how you help them. And then make sure you send this live to at least 10 other people. Okay? All right. If you're joining me on YouTube, make sure to like this video. Make sure that you're sharing and comment, I subscribed, so that I could give you a big, warm Hello Tobago, Devon Adana, Biz Island welcome. Okay, I'd love to do that. So come on, let me get it from you. All right, just making sure my camera is set up good here. Everything good, good. All right, great. Okay, so let me tell you something before we even begin, right? In yesterday's live, I talked a little bit about, the secrets about content creation that no one tells Caribbean business owners. So if you have not caught up on that yet, after this video, make sure you're checking out that video because as usual, you know how your girls do. Tea was spilling and slipping all over the place, dropping gems as usual. And I want to make sure that you get all the information that you can to make sure you're executing and making stuff happen for your business. Hey, Ashley, only one bags. How you doing? Ashley's only one bags. How you doing? My name is Devon Adana. I'm the CEO of Hello Tobago. On this page, HT Biz Island, on this channel for YouTube, you will get Instagram marketing tips for Caribbean business owners. I'm going live every night in December for the first 25 days for Vlogmas, where I answer Instagram marketing questions from and for Caribbean business owners. All right? Okay, people, listen. There are about 4 decisions that I need you guys to know that you have to make before you hear these writing prompts. Hey, Anthony, entrepreneur. And when I say writing prompts, I mean content prompts, content ideas. Before you get these, you need to know 4 things, or at least you need to make 4 decisions. The first one is that you need to decide who you want to be on Instagram. Like, what is your page going to be about? Yes, it's about beauty. Yes, it's about makeup, but really you want to get deeper than that, right? You want to have 3 themes that are kind of driving your page. Like when Adidas decided to partner with Kanye, right, to make make their sneaker or whatever. It's Adidas X Kanye, right? So what they're really saying there is hip hop meets sneakers, right? So this is supposed to be the intersection of that. So you need to kind of decide on 3 things that are kind of meeting on your page. You all know what a Venn diagram is? That's the 3 circles and then that little sliver in the middle. That's where you want your page to be. That is how you want people to perceive your page. That's how you stand out in your market. So I don't care what you are selling, you need to make that decision and make it as soon as possible. This is the same thing that they're talking about when they're saying niching or focusing on a particular target audience. This is what they're talking about. That sliver in the middle of the Venn diagram, that little triangular piece in there, that is where you want your page to be. You want to attack on a narrow front, and you want to make that decision early o'clock. Hey, Life of Nell, how are you? Welcome and come on in. Make sure you're sharing this live. Share. Tap that triangle and let everybody know about it, right? So, like on our page, HT Biz Island, right? It's Instagram marketing meets Caribbean business owners meets business motivation. So those are the three things that you're going to get when you come here, right? Which is different from probably other pages you've seen. You've seen motivation pages, right? But they're usually for just general entrepreneurship, right? You may see Caribbean business pages, but sometimes they could get really heavy into the educational, right? And forget that piece of the motivation. So that's where our page is at the intersection of those three things. So you have to make that decision too, right? That's one. Number two is you want to get super deep on what you are selling, because obviously that is going to determine how you create your content, right? So let's say, I mean, yes, you could say, I do makeup, right? But saying I do makeup and then like not having a real niche within makeup is kind of not going to help you. You're just going to be kind of making general makeup content and not really getting down to the nitty-gritty and getting to the people that you could help the most, right? So you really want to get clear on what product you are selling, which brings me to number three. You have to get clear on who you are selling to. Now, it sounds nice to say, everybody is my client, everybody is my potential market, and I hate it when Caribbean business owners tell me this. No matter how small your island is, your target is never, ever, 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 ever everybody, okay? Identify which group can afford your services and stop chasing people who cannot afford your services. It is difficult to fill someone else's cup when you cannot fill your own. So figure out how to fill your cup, and then you can do, maybe open up a little bit to say, okay, I'm going to help struggling business owners, because struggling business owners do not have your money. I'm telling you that straight up. There's, plain talk, bad manners, but it is what it is. Hey, Nicola Manswell, how you doing? D Crafted Creations, Jaren 90. Welcome and come on in. Make sure they're sharing this live with about 10 people now. Let them know that it's have a party going on in here, especially if they own a business. Let them know what's up. And I don't know I need the hearts, I don't know how the low self-esteem. If I don't get the hearts, I might cry. I might cry on the live. I know all they want to see it. But let me see it today, okay? Let me wait for the end, maybe on Christmas Day, or they want to see that. But right now, give me the hats, right? Okay, so that's three things. Number four, the fourth decision that I'm going to need you to make is that if you are, right, on an island, right, the fourth thing that you need is you have to make the decision to just be confident. Stop thinking your island alone is your playground. It is not. The audience that requires your service is your playground. It's not that, oh, this island is my playground. No. Whoever needs your service in the world is who you are going after. So you want to build your confidence and know that you could use whatever your talent is, whatever your zone of genius is, to earn from and using Instagram. So those are the four things I'm going to need you to make decisions on, right? Hey, Lambs Best Man, how are you? Welcome. Let us know who you help and how you help them, because guess what? Your next customer might be right up in here and you didn't even know it. All right. So yesterday, I asked people who were on the live to give me their industry so that I could create content ideas and content prompts for them. So what I went ahead and did is I broke these down into, so if they gave, okay, so the first one would be writing services, right? So I gave them some ideas on motivational content that they could create, educational content that they could create, or entertaining content that they could create, right? Anyone along those three lines. So I'm going to go through those that I got yesterday. Hey, Feet Fetish Pedicurist. Oh, love the name. Welcome and come on in. My name is Devona Dana. I'm the CEO of Hello Tobago. And on this page, HT Biz Island, you get to learn about Instagram marketing for Caribbean business owners. And if this is the first time here, make sure to let us know what business you're in, who you help, and how you help them, right? And then when you're done that, share the live now. Let 10 more people, 10 more pedicurists know both we and that we having a little party in here and they could learn about Instagram for business things. And tonight is a good night you're coming because I'm about to deliver, right? Content ideas for Caribbean business owners. All right. Okay. So stick with me. Stick with me. And if you're watching this on the replay, please let me know. Type replay in the comments so that I could welcome you, right? Type replay in the comments and let me know so that I could welcome you properly. Thank you for checking us out. All right. So the first one is writing services. Now, the person who gave me this, I believe it was the Writing Lab TT. So when I checked out their page, I realized that they had a number of services that they're trying to offer. So I just kind of pulled one and used that, right? So one of the ones I did was maybe they want to do speech writing services, right? So they need to obviously identify who needs speech writing services that they could serve, right? So for motivation, where they may want to go is to choose a word of the month. Hey, Destiny Planners, how you doing, right? Choose a word of the month to rally their people around. So let me give you an example. Right here on HT Biz Island, this month is Discipline December, which I don't know. December is notoriously the hardest month to have discipline in when it comes to eating, when it comes to working. Nothing, everybody just be on go slow and just like merry vibes and don't be wanting to do nothing. Discipline is the last thing that people just be thinking about, right? But that is what we rallying ourselves around this December, because a disciplined December makes for a joyous January. Not so? Yes, right? So they, as a writing service, offerer of writing services, may decide that they want to choose a word of the month to kind of rally people around and to kind of have an anchor for the month so that they could keep coming back to that and sharing content around that word. Right? Destiny Planners, you having a laugh of a time there. DJ Douglas, how you doing? Welcome. Okay? Say amen, right? All right. So the second piece of content is around education. So they want to share writing exercises, just like what I'm doing here, give writing prompts or writing ideas to help their target audience get comfortable with writing. So once a week, they may want to say, okay, writing prompt for the thing. Yes, our words of the month is discipline and determine. You see, there you go, discipline. Yes, I love that word of the month. Right, good. So yes, so right. So they may want to do writing prompts similar to this, where they get people who are in their industry and say, okay, if it's speech writing services, we have a person who's maybe a candidate going up for this kind of thing. We have a person who needs a speech for maybe need to do a vote of thanks for something. This is how So doing writing prompts to help people get comfortable with writing. You're offering writing services, yes, but you don't want to leave out the people who need to get writing services, but aren't at the point yet where they are ready to make a purchase. So what you're doing here is showing your expertise and making your expertise into authority. So you're amplifying your authority by creating content around that. The third area that they would want to take a look at is entertainment. So of course you want to maybe find memes where spelling mistakes led to huge consequences. So you might want to take some of Donald Trump tweets, I'm just saying, different tweets that maybe have grammatical errors in them and say, hey, this is how this could have worked. The other day I saw a hilarious TikTok where this boy was basically saying this sentence, I didn't say we should kill him. If you say that sentence and emphasize a different word in the sentence each time, it means a completely different thing, right? So if you said, I didn't say we should kill him, or I didn't say we should kill him. So you understand, every time it means something different, because that is how the English language is. Where the emphasis is probably going to give you a whole different meaning, right? So something like a meme like that will give you more mileage when you are creating your content. Hey, One is World Blog, how are you? Welcome and come on in. Have a seat. I hope you have your pen and your paper. My name is Devona Dana. I'm the CEO of Hello Tobago. And what I like to do is talk about Instagram marketing for Caribbean businesses. Tonight is the night to get in because I'm taking several industries of people across the Caribbean and giving them I'm giving them content ideas that they could create tonight. Like you could go sit down tonight and create your content and be ready to go. Hey, people and country, how you doing? Mwah, 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 mwah. Right? Okay, Ole. We on to beauty. Now, the person who gave me beauty, it was just a general thing, right? So I didn't really focus it in any real area. But one of the hurdles that you have with beauty stuff is that it is a desired product. It's a want. It's not always a needed product. Yes, self-care is important. But remember, if I have to choose self-care over feeding my children, I'm more than likely going to feed my children over the self-care. There's no biggie. That is just a hurdle that you want to get over, right? So we kind of just, and then especially with this pandemic, remember, we didn't care about beauty. Beauty kind of went out the door. We were all just happy to be in the pajamas with nowhere to go, right? But does that mean that a person in the beauty industry needs to give up? No, 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 no. It means that we need to figure out who needs what we are selling, right? Is it, and again, I just did general beauty. I didn't focus necessarily on any kind of particular, but let's say, is it girls who have acne, right? Is it, maybe a girl who doesn't have time to build a beauty routine because she's always working, right? Remember, if she's always working, she has the money to pay for the service, but you have to really hone in on what is it that she actually needs, okay? So you want to maybe inspire her to build a routine that, that really works with her timeline. She doesn't have a lot of time. So you want to create content about quick ways to get your beauty routine done in the morning or in the night without sacrificing too much time, right? So you want to kind of help her build a good beauty routine. Because of course, you want to focus on people who could afford your services. When it comes to education, you want to help that person get over their fear that, you want to help people get over their fear that, maybe I don't know much about beauty. I'm not a beautician. I don't have the information. So you want to kind of teach what you know. Now, a lot of beauty estheticians are going to tell me, I don't want to teach what I know. Other people are going to steal my stuff and order the BP. And oh my God, y'all need to get over that. Okay. Yes, people may be out there stealing your stuff. But here's my question to you, right? People will remember when you teach them stuff. Okay. They will not, like the regular person or the person you're looking to pay you for your product. And the truth of the matter is, if you're the best, you are the best, okay? There is nobody who's going to take that away from you. Somebody could deliver exactly what I am saying right here, but they will not be able to deliver it with my personality and how I would say these things. And so because of that, I am not concerned if somebody says, hey, I'm going to steal what it is that you're doing. That's okay. That's fine. But you're going to have a hard time doing it the way that I do. Hey, Richard James Jack, how you doing? I launched into tutoring during COVID. It's been great. That is what we're talking about. Feet fetish. I love it. Hey, I Crochet Designs. How are you? The Rebirth Lab. Welcome and come on in. All you need to make sure that you're sending this live to at least 80 other people. I know only have 80 followers that I could send this to. Let us be lining whole day in the DMs. I know you feel I don't know. I know. So make sure you're sending this to other people, right? We're talking about content ideas for Caribbean business owners, right? And that's exactly what I'm talking about, feet fetish. So you teach all that you know, and then what do? You charge for coaching, for one-on-one classes, for touching in with them every week to make sure that their beauty regimen is on point and make sure that they're doing things correctly. Or you teach people who want to get into the business, right? You don't have to know everything. You just have to know a little bit more or be at least 2-3 steps ahead of the people who want to know stuff. DR Supreme Solutions, how are you? Right? Okay, so yes. So let us move into the entertainment portion of things. Okay, so what can this beautician now do with their entertainment portion? I would say use seemingly unrelated videos to tell people how they will feel after they use your services or after they take a course with you. How are they going to feel? And Destiny Planners does this extremely well. Sometimes you're like, what this video is about? How this video connect? And then when you read the caption, they explain it all and it all ties in. You're like, oh yeah, it makes so much sense, right? So it's kind of like where you remember a long time they used to have these winter fresh commercials and you used to be like, what is this about? But it used to be things that like it would be like, it looked icy or cool, or and you're like, oh, what is this about? And then you're like, oh, okay, this is how it feels in your mouth when you're chewing on the gum. I get it. You understand? So you could do things like that because remember the content is to do what? Capture attention. So you just want to be like, hey, that is what it's supposed to be. Destiny Planners is like, thank you, right? So yeah, that's what you're trying to do, right? As a beauty professional, you're just trying to capture the attention. You ain't trying to say, I have services, I have this, to check this out. No, it's not that. Not because in here noisy, right? Mean you now have to shout. This is not Charlotte Street, people. For those of you in Trinidad, you'll know what I'm talking about. You don't have to shout me down, okay? All you have to do is be attention getting and attention grabbing, okay, people? Give me my heart if you understand what I'm talking about. Let me see, just hold all your hand on the heart and just give me them. Give me them. Okay, people. So let us get into the snack boxes, appetizers. Okay, I believe this was Sue's Catering. I can't remember, but I know somebody had asked me about the snack boxes and the hors d'oeuvres. Okay, now with the snack boxes and the hors d'oeuvres, here's what I would say for motivation. Remember, now people are looking at healthier options when they go out to eat. Now, Beyond Meat is a vegan company that has been getting a lot of attention in 2020. And one of the ideas that you could show is how is it that you all incorporate vegan options into your orders and your appetizers and your snack plates, right? Now, I know a lot of times when you go out, they might say, oh, yes, we have a vegan option. But telling people what these are beforehand, like actually creating content that gives focus to that too, shows that you are on the pulse of what's happening, that you understand that there is like a no meat or less meat eating option, especially on a Monday. There's a whole movement called Meatless Monday. So as a person who provides orders and snack boxes, you need to be taking full advantage of all these eating days of the week, these hashtags that are about eating, and making sure that you are on it, right? So Meatless Monday, on Meatless Monday, want to feature a snack box you put together that doesn't have any meat on it. Of course, telling them that there's no compromising on taste, but that they should try it even if they're not vegetarian or vegan, right? The second part of education now, you want to educate them maybe on hors d'oeuvre budgets, right? How many appetizers can I get at $1,000 versus $3,000 versus $10,000? How many people will it feed? Giving people these kinds of information. Don't wait for them to DM you and ask you the question. Jump in front, right? Tech in front before in front tech war. You, okay? The third area is we on what? Entertainment, right? For entertainment, you can do this or that post to see what people prefer, right? So now it doesn't matter that, you might already know the answer. So, you might say, okay, when it comes to drumsticks, is it barbecue drumstick or fried chicken? Which one, the drumsticks with the foil on the end and you just be like, ooh, when you're in your little thing and you have a little plate, right? Ask them which kind of drumstick you prefer. These are really great at getting quick engagement on your page. So this or that questions. And I love a good this or that questions, as my email list will find out soon, right? And if you're not on my email list yet, send me a DM that says get on the list so that I can send you the link for you to sign up, okay? And get my freebie, okay? You want a freebie? It's gonna be good, right? Okay, so let me jump into graphic design. And I believe this was DR. Who just come in the DR. Oh, goddess girls. Hi, how are you doing? DR Supreme Solutions. Yes? Bushwoman's Botanicals, how are you? Welcome. Okay. So when it comes to graphic design, to me, this is almost an easy sell, right? Because one of the things that we know business owners love is they love to just outsource graphic design work to anybody else. They're like, anybody but me, right? We don't believe that we could do it. So we just be like, please take this off my plate, right? So of course you want to do graphic design inspiration. You want to tell them, you want to get, listen, there's so many motivational quotes, motivational quotes. You just need to go on Pinterest, grab up about 20 of them, and then judge them up with your graphic design magic, right? That makes them feel like, ooh, whoa, wow, ooh. Hey, Winward Meat, how you doing? Welcome. Come on in, have a seat. I hope you have your pen and your paper because your girl's spilling tea today, okay? So all you're trying to do is put your stamp of approval, your magic on these already existing quotes and inspirational posts. Now, I know you're gonna say, oh, but that's been done and everybody, so let me move away from that. As business owners, we always want to feel like we tread in new ground and we are groundbreaking and we're going to do something that nobody has ever done before. Listen to me. The number of businesses that are going to be created that have never been done before, I'm sorry to break it to you, more than likely, one of us, that person may not be in this room. They may, but they may not be in this room. So the idea is not to go where nobody has gone before. It's to go on the well-trod path, right? And put your bling on it. And that is exactly what I'm saying graphic artists need to be doing. Only use what is already working. Whatever is already working, bling it up, zhuzh it up, make it just pow pow with your thing, even if it's a quote that's already been done, okay? When it comes to education, if you feel comfortable, share mistakes that you have made or even mistakes that people make with graphic design when they try to do it themselves. Try to give them the answers on how to avoid it. And this is similar to the beauty industry. I know the idea is, oh my God, if I share it, other graphic designers will steal it. And we need to get over that kind of lack mentality. Come from a place of abundance. I'm telling you, if you told 1,000 people, if you told everybody in this room how to get amazing graphic artists work, to get amazing graphic artistry out of their content, they will not. We're not going to run out and do that. You know what we're going to say to ourselves? Oh my God, DR Supreme Solutions really knows what they're talking about. I should probably hire that person to do my graphic designs. That is what they're going to say. They're not going to say to them, let me see how I could now go and learn Photoshop and do all the things that you did and you learned to get to where you got to. There's probably one motivated person and they probably ain't getting inside here yet. I'm just telling you. I just say it, right? So share your knowledge in as much as you can. You could focus the sharing of your knowledge in one very particular space, meaning you could say, I'm just going to be telling you mistakes people make with Photoshop or mistakes people make with Canva or whatever it is, right? And just keep to that type of mistake, or it's up to you, however you want to do it. But I'm telling you, share your knowledge. The third area of entertainment, as I said, if you don't take yourself too seriously, share some of your very first graphic design work, right? And show how much you've grown since then. People love transformations. So we love to see, like day 1 versus day 10,001. And those kind of posts do extremely well on the gram. That's why you're seeing all these weight loss things. People love to see one, the person was 400 pounds and now they get on to 200 pounds. Now, I know as a graphic artist, you could probably slim down a person and make them look, right? But, right? I'm saying to you, share what you used to do and show how you're doing it different now, right? Okay. When my budgeting people there, when my budgeters, woo! Destiny planners is you, right? Now, with budgeting, you want to show them the outcome. What road does budgeting lead down? Show them some of the sizzle behind what is going to happen if they get their budgeting done right. And of course, this is things like, you get to buy your dream car, or you get to swim in money, right? So things like that, those are the kind of motivational posts that you want to go after. Now, one of the things that you could do that is so easily is show them, of course, your dream car. So let me say your dream car is a Maserati, right? So, then in the captions, you could be like, this is my reason for budgeting. Like, this is, I want this. Tell me what your dream car is in the comments below. Okay, so ask them if they got $1 million, what would they do with it? Like, get them dreaming and start thinking about, oh, I could probably budget my way to $1 million, right? And of course, you want to share stories of people who are doing exactly that, who are budgeting their way to these items, right? And there are people who are doing that. The other day I was hearing this boy, he's a shark, right? I think he's Trini too. I think his mother is Trinidadian, Damon John, right? He was saying that there was this fella, African-American guy, he used to work, the highest paying job he ever got was like $35,000 a year, right? I think he was working at UPS or something like that. Man dead. Leave his whole family $80 million. Okay? Like, and it's like, wow, how sway? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How did he do this? Right? And so he was saying, of course, these things are in books. And, we could read, but how did this man who did not make over 35,000 leave his people 80 million? It's budgeting, it's investing. So those are the types of stories you want to be sharing. When it comes to education, of course, you want to share things that your audience has to, maybe, mindset shifts that they have to overcome if they want to make $1 million in 2021. Focus their mind on what's going to be happening in 2021. Like, because remember, the year is closing down. Time is coming, is like this, is like this, is like this. So you want to apply some of the pressure on them and mash some of the corns on their foot, right? So you want to say things like, oh yeah, last year by this time you already had your money saved for your carnival costume. Now there's no carnival. What are you going to be doing with that money? You understand? So you want to you want to rile them up a little bit. You want to spice up their life. Yeah, I know I had that money. Sit down in your account and now you're going to spend it on stupidness. So what you're going to be doing with it this year? Let us budget it and make it into $1 million next year. You understand? So you want to get them the spice, get them the sass, but you also want to make sure that you're mashing the pain, massaging that pain a little bit and saying, hey, it's our work to do, especially if you're going to build a generational wealth, like you're saying, to make it happen. Hey, Village Edge Cafe, how are you? And I get no hats. What going on? I need the hats. What happening here? Give me the hats, please. Okay? YouTube, how y'all doing? I hope they're okay over there. All right. So we're moving now into entertainment. Entertainment for me, always a good this or that. Again, keep your this or that questions simple. Things like when it comes to tracking your expenses, which do you prefer? Excel or paper, pen and paper? Things that are going to rile them up, but not something that is just so whoa and I have to think deep to get the information. None of that. Simplicity is the name of the game. And questions like that could really help you understand your audience so much more. Because I remember about probably last year around this time, I put up something about what it was like a simple little stories game which asked about people's favorite meal. And turns out at the time, a lot of my audience, avocado was their thing. They love avocado. They want to eat avocado all day long. And I was like, so shocked. Not just because I am a lover of avocado too, but I just, it was just a simple game that got this information out to them. So that's why the this or that question is so powerful. Even if it's a question like sunrise, sunset, because if they say sunrise, then you know that maybe you want to do affirmations with them because you know that they're up early and they're up with the sunrise, right? If it's sunset, you might want to do like, oh, here's some budgeting exercises to do in the evening before you go to bed or things like that, right? So you want to be in tune with what they are doing, but you don't need to use budgeting to find out that information. All right. Now, I did one for taxation as well, but I didn't do for accounting, and I think there was another one that they had sent. I did just these two, right? So the taxation, with taxation, you had to use the element of fear. So in Trinidad and Tobago or in Caribbean region, our tax, we don't have like an IRS kind of body or at least our IRS body with as much power as the US IRS that could really pull up information using your social media alone, right? So because we don't have that in America, it's IRS is very scary, right? But I think we could still, there's still a way for you to use fear, right? But not fear in the way of like, you know what, I'm shaking in their boots, obviously, but fear from the point of kind of motivation, right? So you want to kind of talk about some of the fines that they impose if you don't, do your taxes and when business owners are not compliant, okay? Talking about, the full bill you will have to pay if you don't do what you're supposed to do when it comes to your taxes. I'm talking about the lawyer's fees. I'm talking about everything, right? To get things correct. So why not just get it right the first time and make it make sense the first time, right? So that is where your motivation will kind of come out. Let me see who we have joining us here. Giftings 868, Joy Creole. How are you? Welcome. Come on in. Sac passe. Right? Okay. So when it comes to education, run a series called Things to Tell Your Accountant, right? So these are the things that help small business owners actually have conversations that, these the conversations we need to be having with our accountants, right? Or if you don't have an accountant, your bookkeeper, okay? So you want to run a kind of ongoing series that talks about those questions. And you don't have to do all the questions one time. You could do one question at a time, right? Then when it comes to your entertainment, listen, you need to check out at dylan.does.your.taxes. He is hilarious when it comes to ideas on memes, on how to approach seemingly serious topics like taxes, right? So you need to check him out. He's hilarious. And even if you're not into taxation, he's funny as hell. So make sure you're checking him out if it is that you want to see how he does these taxation memes to get some inspiration yourself on how you should be using that kind of meme humor to get exposure on the grants, right? Okay, now business registrations. This for me, entrepreneurship quotes all day long. Entrepreneurship motivation, videos of business heavyweights, discussing how they made it. Reminder in the caption that, your business, the first step to all of this, like any business heavyweight, had to first register their business, right? So you had to always remind them that, hey, the first step is the business registration, and we're here to do that when you are ready, okay? So that, I would say, it's like Oprah Winfrey talking about how she was fired from this job. Is this person talking about how they sucked at the first this. About this fella, where's the one day, I think is Alibaba. He who never get no job, KFC and all didn't hire him. Harvard didn't take him. Them is the kind of stories that you want to, kind of talk about when it comes to motivating those people to get to their business registration. When it comes to entertainment? No, education. We want to run a daily series about top reasons business registrations fail or are not accepted from the registrar, right? Then you also maybe want to create your 10 commandments of business registration that no one tells business owners, right? This is basically what I did yesterday. Secrets about content creation that no one tells business owners, yeah? So this is something that any one of the industries here could adopt, okay? And then when it comes to your entertainment, listen, everybody loves a good what you think the business does versus what the real life about what the business is, right? You want to talk about things that maybe past clients have been able to do or, because they got their business registered, you want to kind of talk about who they were able to serve then, right? You want to entertain them with like feel-good stories about how this business owner started this business and now they're serving their entire village or their entire area with whatever it is their niche, right? Y'all understand that? Y'all picking up what I put down? What I'm picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, all your time is running out. So I'm going to try to run through these a little quickly. When it comes to soap making, somebody gave me soap making yesterday. When it comes to your motivation, you want to do a side-by-side of pictures. So maybe you have two different scents of soap that you create, right? You might want to say something like, which one would you use to wake you up on a Monday morning? And you could use hashtag Monday Blues or Motivation Monday, right? When it comes to your education, listen to me. Get your phone, aim it at a sink, and show people the proper way to wash their hand. And you could tell them this is, so let me say your company is, I don't know, the Tobago soap making company. So you're washing your hand under there and you're saying, this is washing your hands the Tobago soap making company way, right? So you branding your way of washing your hands as your way. So you have to put your branding on, put your stamp on there, okay? Because as you know, we in the pandemic, people don't start. I watched a little boy going to shop today, didn't even wash his hands, and I was like, oh my God, we've already forgotten that washing hands is a thing. So you want to make sure you're driving home the point that washing hands is going to be with us for a long time, and there is a right way to do it, and that way is your way, okay? So you want to grab that early o'clock. The next thing is your, entertainment. Of course, they're hilarious. I mean, coronavirus is a very serious thing, people. But there are hilarious coronavirus memes out there that would be fitting, right? So, kind of asking questions like, how many times a day did you wash your hands before coronavirus? How many times are you washing your hands now? So you want to keep up that momentum of washing hands and keep rolling with that. If you are an MUA, motivation, of course, you could do a this or that, right? With 2 beat faces that you've done maybe in the past on yourself or on other people, if the other people are okay with it. And ask the audience, which do they prefer for a first date, or which would you prefer for our all year's night line, right? Give them a very specific event or a specific, you kind of want to hold them in a specific kind of pen, right? To answer the question. Don't give them too much openness. Be like, if you're going on a first date, which one of these would you choose? If you're going on a blah, blah, which one of these would you choose? You understand? Then when it comes to your education, you want to give some stories behind the brand. So yes, we know that Rihanna started Fenty, but give us the, how she came up with it. What led her to the discovery of her makeup talents, right? We all love a little commerce. So give me the story behind the thing. Don't just give me the thing and say, Brat, Rihanna doing this. No. Say, listen, I was watching this interview on Rihanna. It's the same thing I just told you all. I was watching the Damon John thing, and he said that, and it was appropriate for what I'm talking about. So you want to know the stories behind some of the brands, some of your favorite brands, right? When it comes to entertainment, of course, everybody loves a good makeup tutorial, but you could also recreate looks. You could do a story time. I love to see those story time when, you're doing the makeup and then they're talking the story and the makeup have nothing to do with each other, right? Love that, okay? So let me see what else we have here. We had mixed fruits. Divina's mixed fruits, yes, right? Now, with the motivation, you could do how it started and how it's going, right? So of course, how it started is the fruit, and then how it's going is the end, the mixed fruits result. I see you have a few of these on your page, but you want to drive home the message of, we started from the bottom, now we're here, right? You started with the bare fruit, and this is what it turns into, right? Then you could probably also do a kind of 8 things that you could use mixed fruits for besides making cakes and sweetbread. So this could kind of fall into your education, but it could also be motivation to think outside the box when it comes to the mixed fruit. And then obviously you could give your own recipes, like what is your favorite recipe for making sweetbreads, or what is the official Divina's mixed fruits recipe for making sweetbread? Again, put your branding on it. This is the official one. Any other sweetbread, just masquerading as sweetbread. If it's not our sweetbread, make it our fruits. Come on, man. Give them the recipe. You could even put out a book, make a little sale, make a little dollar, put out the official recipe book. Yeah, I won't have the money from that one there. I won't have the money from that. All right. So the third thing is your entertainment, right? You could be more relatable as the business owner, talking about errors that you have made with mixed fruits in the past, or maybe something embarrassing that happened with a client, if you feel comfortable, right? You could also post a video of someone maybe, kind of like skipping, right? Like let me say they're jumping or they're hopping and thing, and you could in the caption or on the top, you could say, This is how the Venus mixed fruits dances across your taste buds. You understand? Make it interesting. Let them be like, what this video about the skipping thing is about? Oh, okay, I get it now. You understand? You remember, we're trying to capture attention here. We're trying to capture attention. All right, let me see how many more we have to go. Okay, so let me do healthy foods because we run out of time and I don't want them to knock me off. Right, healthy foods is one of my favorites. I love eating healthy food, but the problem with healthy food is that we always think it has to look like and scream, I'm healthy, I'm healthy. It does not have to look like that or sound like that or nothing, right? No, I don't know how many of you guys have ever heard of the Slutty Vegan. It is a vegan restaurant in Atlanta. I don't know if it's fast food or sit-down service, but hear the name, Slutty Vegan. It's like, oh, let me find out what they're selling over there, right? It already conjures up all sorts of different things in your mind. So you kind of like want to get there. So what I'm saying is, if you are into healthy foods and healthy options, you want to even think about your naming and your branding. And it doesn't, maybe your name is your name, but the items that you offer, make sure you stamp names all over those things, right? So that people are motivated to want to try it, right? If I'm in Atlanta next, I definitely want to go to the Slutty Vegan and see what they have going on there. And of course, you want to put up nice pictures of your stuff because we eat with our eyes before we ever taste anything with our mouth, right? So if you don't have a good camera, the next best thing is an amazing testimonial. So getting people tasting the food live on camera and reacting to it the first time they ever eat it, especially if there are people who maybe are not into healthy options, I think is an amazing way. Of course, this could backfire on you if the people don't like your food. If people don't like your food, then maybe you shouldn't be in this anyway. Just saying, but it is what it is, right? So when it comes to your education now, right? Of course, you want to give, fun facts that are probably a little bit sassy. So what I'm saying is kind of like, how much longer do people who are vegans or people who eat healthier options, how much longer do they live than people who maybe eat unhealthy options, right? How can you use your body weight to decide how much water you should be drinking in a day? Doctors always like, we need to drink more water, we need to drink more water. You may also want to do something like, hey, this is a reminder post to get up and walk around. If you're a sedentary worker and you've been sitting down for the last 45 minutes, you've been sitting down too long. Get up and do some stretches. And here are some our brand name approved stretches that we suggest that you do. You understand? So the content you're creating is going to be helpful, a little bit sassy, but all in all, you want to be helpful. Entertaining, always entertaining to watch time-lapse videos of people preparing or assembling food, right? So you just set the camera on in the corner of the room and you just make your little thing and just speed it up so that it gets down to 1 minute. You could, of course, set it to music, but be careful. You know, Instagram does not like it when we copyright infringe. But you could also do a story time over it that has nothing to do with the food that is being prepared and all of that. Listen earlier, tomorrow we will be doing pre-hashtag 101. This is literally the prep course of prep courses, right? For somebody who is new to hashtag. We're talking about baby steps before you even get into the hashtags themselves. So we're talking about definitions. We're talking about clarity around hashtags, okay? This is where you want to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. because your girl will be here, be continuing Vlogmas on HT Biz Island. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you, Instagram. See you tomorrow. YouTube, stay tuned for the very next video.